YouTube, what's going on? Your boy, professional Madden player T Davis is back, and in today's video, we're going to talk about the best play to use the aggressive catch slash rocket catch tip on, whatever you want to call it, right? Madden 23, obviously, aggressive catch, rocket catch is insane this year, and it's pretty easy to do, to be honest. We're going to talk about exactly how to do it at a high level. I know I did a video earlier on in the year on the rocket catch. I think there's a better way to do it now. We're going to talk about that in this video. We're going to talk about the best play to do it out of, the best routes in the game to do it out of. I will talk about at the end how to shut this down, because I know how it can be super annoying to play against, so I will talk about how we can shut this down. But it obviously is a great tool that you have to add in if you play Madden 23, right? It's just so good that you have to throw it in your arsenal, right? Whether you want to be just a pure passer, whether you want to have a run game and throw this in there, you got to utilize the rocket catch in Madden 23 because it is that effective if you have tall receivers. Now, we're using the Colts here, so we have two tall receivers on the outside, and we're going to get into it in 1 second. Before we do, if you guys enjoy my Madden 23 content or my daily fantasy sports content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash this video with a like if you want more tips just like this. Really helps you out in the algorithm. If you have any questions at all about this, about my daily fantasy sports, all my Madden videos, my Madden coaching, my Madden ebooks, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys check out my ebooks and my coaching sessions down in the links in the description below. And make sure you check out the MaddenAcademy.com. Use that code TDavis. Down links in the description below, MaddenAcademy.com. You're going to get a great deal on any of their memberships if you want to take your Madden game to the next level. So check out all my stuff down links in the description below. Plenty of stuff down there for you guys to check out. But we're going to get into today's tip right here. We're going to come out in the shotgun tight formation. Now, this play, slot post, is the play we're going to take a look at. You can find this play in the Detroit Lions offensive playbook, which is my favorite playbook in the game. I believe it's also in Washington offensive playbook, and I believe it's in the Jets, maybe the Niners. I believe it's in a few playbooks in the game, but my favorites are Detroit and Washington. I do believe the Niners and the Jets have it as well. So slot post, you see these outside wheel routes, right? So we want our tall receivers out there. We got Michael Pittman, we got Alec Pierce. Michael Pittman is 6'4"-ish, 6'5", and Alec Pierce is 6'3", so they're going to get the job done here. Slot post. Now, you always want to run this versus like a cover zero type of man blitz. That's where this is just so impossible to defend. So if your opponent runs a cover zero on you, a DB blitz, DB fire, spinner, anything like that, you know you can just audible to this, go to this, and it's all day long, right? So literally all you have to do with this, you see the slot post play here. We have those two great wheel routes to the outside. What you want to do is, as soon as you see the defensive back turn his head and face the other way, you're going to throw this with a high pass. So it's going to be L1 on PlayStation or LB on Xbox, and you're going to pass lead it to his back shoulder. So the outside back shoulder. You're going to pass it. Oh, excuse me, I got to sneeze for a second. A chewy. All right, we're back. So as soon as the DB turns his head, we're going to pass lead that to the outside back shoulder with the high ball, right? So we're going to break it down a couple times here. I'll show you guys the replay. Right here, left side. DB turns his head, pass lead that back shoulder outside, always aggressive, catch it. Impossible to defend it if it's one-on-one in cover zero. Let's take a look at the replay, right? I was a little bit late with it, but you see here, I'm watching this DB. He turns his head. What am I doing now? Once he turns his head, I'm pass leading it to Michael Pittman's back shoulder, so his left side shoulder there, with a high ball. That's all I'm doing, and then I'm clicking on aggressive catch it. Now I was a little bit late with the throw. I threw it like a 2 seconds after he turned his head, which is fine. It can still work, but you do want to be right on time. As soon as that DB turns his head, boom, we throw a high pass to the backside shoulder. The DB has no chance to make a play on it. We can aggressive catch it all day long. Let's go ahead and do it again here. Let's see. DB turns his head, pass lead back shoulder outside. Click on. It's literally not 100% completion out of this, but pretty close to it. Turns his head, back shoulder, boom, all day long. I'll do it one more time to Pittman here, and then I will go over to Alec Pierce on the right side. We got Nick Foles in at quarterback, too. Did not even realize that. It doesn't even matter who's at quarterback, guys. So you see there, I just went, 4 for 4, 5 for 5 there. Let's go over to Alec Pierce on the right side. DB turns his head. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll go get that. Super easy here. DB turns his head, back shoulder, Oh, he dropped it. Okay. Well, interesting. Still, this is the thing with it. You maybe will drop it if you don't have an elite receiver there. Obviously, you're playing Mutt. You know, you get Carmichael out there. You get whoever. All the tall guys. Randy, Calvin. In regs, you do want some receivers with tall guys. That's why I like the Colts. The Bucks have really tall receivers as well. And obviously, you know, Tom Brady can get it to him there. Same thing here, Alec Pierce. So he's dropping it. So you do want a guy with high catch. He is a rookie. He's not like the best, but he's still getting the animation, which is really all that matters right now. And this time he hangs on. So if you have like Julio and Mike Evans out there, I mean, they're never really going to drop it. But Alec Pierce, you know, he usually can get the job done. I don't know if the Colts have another tall receiver. They might. But you see there, he is dropping it a few times. So Michael Pittman didn't drop it at all. But you see how we're getting that animation every single time. Goes up, he gets it. This time it's knocked away. Let's go back to Michael Pittman because he's not going to drop the ball, right? Let's go here. Turns his head. Pass lead outside. Back shoulder. Look at that. All day long. So this is super simple. I will talk about in one. It's kind of fun to do too. Like I'm just turns his head. Click on. Catch it. This time Alec Pierce can take this to the Krabowski, right? So that's the thing too. If it's cover zero, sometimes you can take this to the house. Let's go ahead and take a look at the replay one more time here. Then I'll talk about how we want to defend this if we're going up against it. You see there, DB turns his head right now. I'm pass leading that to the outside with a high ball back shoulder. Alec Pierce gets a glitchy, animation here, jumps over him, pretty much teabags him, gets over him, and takes that to the crib. So that's all we're looking for. DB turns his head if it's cover zero. I'm throwing it out there all day long. I come out in bunch usually, and audible over to this gun tight. If I see cover zero, I know I have a great play to go to. So how do we want to defend this? I don't have my second controller here. But all you'd want to do is take either. So if you're in this, say you're in the spinner or the DB fire on defense, you want to keep those outside corners manned up. So whether you keep them with that, or you man them up with the slot DBs, and then put your outside corners in outside thirds. So that way you're gonna have double coverage basically out there. You're not gonna be able to blitz as much, right? But now you have double coverage where you have the man coverage on the outside receivers, and you have two outside corners in outside thirds. So that's the way I prefer to do it. Is I'm going to man up these slot DBs that are blitzing onto the outside receivers, and then I'm going to put the outside corners into outside third zones. So now I have the man coverage as well as outside thirds out there that will play these kind of streak wheel route type things, whatever you want to call them. So that's the way I like to defend this, and I'll use the linebacker in the middle, kind of guard anything that might come over the middle, a slant or one of these crossing routes out of slot post. But really, you're trying to take away those streaks or those wheel routes with the man coverage as well as the outside thirds, and then try to click on and swat it down. Obviously, having some tip drill abilities, if you're playing Madden Ultimate Team, a lot of the abilities will definitely help them. The higher rated corners that you have definitely helps in that situation. And the taller corners that you can get out there, like 6'1". If you can get a corner like 6 feet over, it's great. Any corners that are like 6'2", 6'3", like Woolen in Mutt, any type, you can get those type of guys out there to defend this is the way you want to go with that coverage adjustment that we just talked about. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely one of the best tools you want to add into your game, and definitely learn to defend this if you're going up against it a lot. Probably want to get out of cover zero as well. Maybe go to more of a cover 4 shell. You can, switch it up. But if you just run straight cover zero, man, you're gonna get dunked on. And if you play someone that runs cover zero, all you got to do is go over to the slot post play and pretty much destroy that cover zero. So if people blitzing you, you cannot be defeated by the cover zero screaming man blitz any longer. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like I said, subscribe to the channel, hit this video with a like, and comment down below. We'll be back for plenty more Madden 23 tips.
Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all my exclusive content here on my YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the links in the description below if you want more cool stuff from your boy.